In Washington, Republicans on Thursday defended the forceful handling of Senator Alex Padilla from California after he was physically restrained, handcuffed, and removed from a press conference held by Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem in Los Angeles. House Speaker Michael Johnson from Louisiana, speaking to reporters on Capitol Hill, described Padilla's unexpected appearance at Noem's press event as wildly inappropriate and accused him of charging at the cabinet secretary. A group of House Democrats who happened to be nearby at that moment disagreed with the speaker's portrayal, shouting, "You lie." Johnson continued, ignoring the Democrats' interruptions. "A sitting member of Congress should not act like that. That behavior at a minimum rises to the level of a censure. Censuring a member of the Senate requires 2/3 of votes from the chamber, a higher threshold than in the House, which has recently been on a partisan censure spree. The Senate last censured one of its members in 1990. Padilla was recorded identifying himself by name and stating he was a U.S. Senator as he approached Noem at the press event. He began questioning her about the Trump administration's federal immigration raids in Los Angeles and the deployment of federal troops there. 3 men immediately forced him out of the room, wrestled him to the ground, and handcuffed him. However, Noem told Fox News that her security officials did not recognize Padilla. She mentioned she later had a chance to meet with the senator privately about the immigration protests. "Nobody knew who he was when he came into the room creating a scene," Noem explained to the network. "He was removed from the room, and yes, they started to put handcuffs on him when he finally identified himself, and that was stopped." Padilla stated he was never officially arrested or detained. As California's first Latino senator, he drew parallels between his treatment and that of undocumented immigrants across his state by the Trump administration. "I will say this. If this is how this administration responds to a senator with a question, if this is how the Department of Homeland Security responds to a senator with a question, you can only imagine what they're doing to farm workers, to cooks, two-day laborers out in the Los Angeles community and throughout California, and throughout the country," Padilla said at a press conference afterward. Democrats expressed outrage at their colleagues' treatment, accusing the Trump administration of using authoritarian tactics to suppress dissent. Senator Elizabeth Warren from Massachusetts stated from the Senate floor, "DHS agents are throwing people to the ground and violently handcuffing them while they are not resisting, detaining them for exercising their First Amendment rights of free speech." She added, "Every day, Donald Trump is making this nation look more and more like a fascist state." However, Republicans mostly blamed Padilla for the incident, accusing him of orchestrating a stunt for political purposes. The tactic of disrupting a government official's press event is quite common, but rarely results in a lawmaker being physically restrained and handcuffed. Instead of disrupting a press conference, why not just wait, do your own press conference? Questioned Representative Jim Jordan from Ohio. Other Republicans criticized Padilla for missing votes in the Senate, even though lawmakers from both parties frequently miss votes for various reasons. "When we're voting in the United States Senate on important legislation for the country, he's not here. Is that right?" asked Senator John Barrasso from Wyoming.